All right, let's talk about something that I think drives pretty much everyone crazy: the dreaded automated phone call. We're going to dive into how AI is completely changing that experience, taking us from screaming at our phones to having, an actual conversation.
We've all been there, right? You're on hold forever, you've got a simple question, and you're just stuck in this endless loop, frantically hitting the zero button, just hoping, praying for a real person. It's a unique kind of pain, isn't it?
Ah, that phrase, it just sends a shiver down your spine. This is the sound of the old way of doing things. It's clunky, it's impersonal, and it's just so frustrating. It's a system that was built for the machine, not for you.
Yeah, that whole mess is what we're calling the phone call nightmare. But here's the thing, it really doesn't have to be that way. I mean, what if instead of battling some robotic menu, you could just talk to it? Like a person? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna look at.
And this is where our hero comes in, Vapi. Put simply, Vapi is a platform for developers that does all the heavy lifting, all the complicated stuff behind the scenes. This lets creators focus on the fun part, making amazing voice AI that actually works. Think of it as the ultimate toolkit for building the voice assistants we've always wanted. So, what can these new voice agents actually do? Well, for one, they can have conversations that sound shockingly human. They can make and take calls, they can plug right into a company's apps and tools, and they can even handle complex stuff like booking your appointments. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening right now.
Now, I know this all sounds a bit like magic, but it's really just some brilliant tech working together at unbelievable speeds. So how does an AI actually listen to you, think about what you said, and talk back? Let's break down the three secret ingredients. The easiest way to wrap your head around this is to picture a super fast translation team. First up, you have the ear. That's the tech that listens to your voice and turns it into text. Then you've got the brain, a large language model that reads that text and figures out a smart reply. And finally, the voice takes that text reply and turns it back into natural sounding speech. And this whole thing happens in literally the blink of an eye. And the really cool part is that this isn't some closed system. Developers can actually pick and choose the best tech for each one of those jobs. So you could use a model from OpenAI for the brain, and then maybe one from 11 Labs for a super realistic voice. It's all about mixing and matching to build the absolute best agent for the task. But none of this works if it's slow. Speed is the secret sauce here. To make it feel like a real conversation, you can't have those long, awkward pauses that just scream, "I'm a robot." Vapi's platform is built to respond in under 600 milliseconds. I mean, honestly, that's faster than I respond in some conversations. It's that speed that really makes it feel natural. Okay, so with that super fast foundation, there are basically two different ways you can build these agents. It all depends on how complex the job is. You can either use a single all-star agent, or you can actually put together an entire super squad.
So let's break that down. First, you've got the assistant. Think of this as your all-star player, one powerful AI that's perfect for most situations and is really quick to get going. But then, for the more complicated jobs, you have squads. This is like assembling a dream team of specialists. One agent might greet you, and then seamlessly pass you to another agent that's an expert in scheduling, all without missing a beat.
Okay, so the theory is cool, but what does this mean in the real world? What are people actually building with this stuff? Let's look at a few powerful examples that are happening right now. With that single all-star assistant, you could, for instance, totally automate your customer support line. The AI can tap into your whole company knowledge base to answer questions instantly. Or you could have it make outbound sales calls, figure out who's a good lead, and even book meetings right into your calendar. These are total game changers. And with the Dream Team squads, things get even more advanced. Imagine a healthcare system where an AI does the initial screening. If it's an emergency, it instantly routes you to a human. If not, it passes you to another AI to schedule an appointment. Or for an online store, you could have one agent for order tracking, another for returns, and a third for VIPs, all working together perfectly. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's pretty simple. Building these incredibly smart, helpful, and natural-sounding voice AIs is no longer something only a few giant tech companies can do. Platforms like Vapi are making this technology available to any developer who wants to create a better conversation. The phone call nightmare, its days are officially numbered. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. We started out talking about how awful it is to talk to a machine, but what if that whole idea gets flipped on its head? What if, in the very near future,
the most helpful, most efficient, maybe even the most pleasant conversation you have isn't with a person at all, but with an AI. That's the future that's being built as we speak. Thanks for watching.